ASL Season 21 Semi-Final.
It's time. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the second day here of the round of 4 of the ASL. What a match we have for you tonight. Light versus Flash. The winner goes on to face off against Soma in the ASL Season 21 Finals.
Oh my god, I'm so excited just to see Soma against whoever the best Terran in the world is right now is going to be completely amazing in a best of 7 with them as much prep as they're going to have. But I'm actually incredibly excited for tonight, Tasteless. Like, some of these TVT groups, I'm like, oh no, I'm excited. But this one is very, very different because these are literally, like, by far the best 2 Terran players that exist. And I can't wait to see what they're doing with this current metagame. The metagame has really devolved into so much command center first and Gases expands. It's like so greedy right now because it's so hard to actually punish Terran with Terran. So I know that they're practicing that because the day after Flash qualified for the round of 4, Light played a ton of ladder TVTs, and I went through and watched them all. And yeah, he was practicing specifically those very fast expansion builds. So I can't wait to see what these guys have prepped into.
The ASL wow, the finals is 2 p.m. How about that? I didn't even realize it was going to be that early. Okay. Guys, the information for the finals is here. Buy tickets, get them, and if you're going to come down, they will almost 100% sell out.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Soma versus Light or Flash, like you just can't get a better TVZ. That's literally as good as you can get. Okay, like we've had
literally,
yeah. It's so much better than something like Sharp versus Sulky that we had recently. Like, people love TVZ in general. It's just such a fun matchup. But it's going to be godly. I can't wait.
Yeah, this is going to be so good. Whoever advances here, I mean, I think we all know it's probably Flash, but you never know. I mean, you know, Flash has had, I think, one of the hardest seasons ever for him.
Yeah.
Trying to advance here, and I know that might sound silly, but like, look at his other seasons where he went untouched and just, like, you know, perfected his way through the entire tournament. This has not been the case. There's been several players who have taken games off him, and I would put Light in that caliber of player. Certainly, if there's any Terran that can beat Flash, Light's going to be the guy who could do it. You know, Flash had been gone for how many years?
It was like 4 years of ASL that he wasn't playing in. Like, he was occasionally active, but like, yeah, it was a long time in between this ASL and his last ASL, like a really long time.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's crazy that he's back. He did say he was going to come back a couple times and then, like, didn't because of wrist issues or other stuff. But, I mean, he's finally here. Okay, so there's a lot of hype around this. Light, by the way, who was really supposed to take the torch and carry on for Terran players and really be #1, was, while he had his moments of glory, was also outshined by the likes of Rush, even moments where Royal was on top of the world, and now Flash is back, and so this is a major hurdle for him if he's going to reclaim the throne as the best Terran player, because once Flash enters back into the room, he goes to the #2 spot automatically.
I know, it's super annoying. I do want to point out what we had in the bottom, the predictions from the other pros. Sock, Royal, and Ample all said they think Light is going to win 4-3. So we know who he practiced with. Yes, that's all that means. It's exactly who he practiced with, is those 3 players. So if he wins, expect him to thank exactly those 3 players. Maybe a couple others that weren't in the round of 16, but it's so funny because when it's a match like this, you can just tell looking at it. And they didn't even give him like a 4-2. They're like, no, he's going to barely do it. But yeah. What were you saying just before that? Because I actually wanted to talk about what you were saying, but I'm like, I have to point this out. It's too funny.
Now I've lost my train of thought. I mean, basically that Light was pushed into the #2 spot.
Oh yes, that's yes.
Here.
That is one of my most things that I'm most annoyed with when I commentate. Whenever I say anything about best player in the world or best terror in the world or best of this, best of that, I always have to put in this asterisk. Oh, except Flash, because that's how good he is. Like it's frustrating, is what I want to say. It's really, as a Terran player, the fact that I always have to acknowledge him. It's like kissing the ring of the king or something like that, where it's like, yeah, I don't know, I have to do it or he'll behead me. It's just not true if I say that this guy's the best when Flash exists.
Well, I think when Flash is playing, you have to do that. I think when he's not in ASL for years, it's a different story, right? I think then you go, okay, well, yeah, he's not playing right now. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, you know, Muhammad Ali steps down or something in boxing. Well, now he's not competing anymore. We got to talk about the people that are actually in the game, who are showing up, who are playing matches that are counted. But yeah, I mean, Flash being back, it's been so cool to see him play. It is eerie how perfect he is and how he approaches everything. But people have gotten better. There's been a little bit of catch-up being played here by these other players in the ASL. And I think it's going to be tough, man. I think it's going to be really, you know, even for Flash, not easy going into this. And even if he gets to the finals, man, Soma looks so scary.
The final match of the round of 4 awaits in this Google Play ASL. Who will be this season's Terran finalist? Let's call our two Terrans on stage. Light, a beacon of Terran, and Flash, the god of ASL. A semi-finals match here in the ASL. Two Terrans who are part of ASL's history are joining us on stage now. Before we begin, let's talk to our players. Light, the beacon of Terran in the ASL. But now, Flash is back. Flash is here. With Flash back, who is the true Terran hope? Light! Am I good to talk now? Yes. Well, let's start with the fact that a match like today, I've not played in a long time. Even just looking at the win predictions given by our colleagues, Flash is in such a commanding lead. I didn't realize it would be so lopsided, but you know, I like taking on such impossible challenges. I'll change what looks to be impossible and make it possible today. I'll get a good result and go to the finals. Looking at those predictions, the only guys who were on your side were the ones you practiced with. What do you have to say about that? I know they wanted to vote for Flash. They're just so kind. I myself know today will not be easy. This time around, I lost a bunch in practice, but that only let me work on what's missing, so I feel confident. Right, so Flash, who has returned. It took 6 years for you to return. You're up on stage, and you're facing off against another Terran in the round of 4, in Light. You said he's like a machine. Right. What's it like to see him next to you? He feels like a machine. He's got an aura around him. You know, like that time I felt small compared to Jaedong. But when we actually go in game, I have confidence. And with this confidence, I have to get a grip and play a good match. Right. What separates you from the grand final stage this season is but one round. I'm sure you would regret it dearly if you were to get eliminated today. Your opponent is not Zerg, he's Terran. But even in TVT, isn't Flash the greatest TVT player in all of ASL? Even with stats from 6 years ago? You're right, I don't want this season to end here. There's only 2 players left. I'll win today, go to the finals, take down Soma as well. And even though I've been away for 6 years, I want to show you I'm still just as good. And how did you prepare to take down Light today? I too lost a bunch in practice. I fixed a lot of my shortcomings. I focused a lot on analyzing Light's weak points. And let me tell you, he does not have many. But still, I did find a few. Wow! I think I too am going to have a lot of fun once we start playing. I'm back playing in tournaments, and you know I was bored as hell over the last 6 years. I want to feel that dopamine rush again. I'll win today. Former champion Light, Mr. Weak Point. Flash says he's got you figured out. He's found your weak points. He's found bugs in the machine, he says. What about you? Did you discover anything about him? I consider Flash to be more of a machine than myself. Right. So, during practice, when I tried to analyze him, I was like, wow, he's just perfect. What do I do here? How do I beat this? Right. Still, I think I prepared well for today. I'll utilize his weaknesses and win. Okay, before we begin then, one of you goes to the finals today. Flash, please address your opponent and give your resolutions. I appreciate Light as a Terran, but if he goes to the finals, I think he'll lose. So, I'll move on. I mean, it makes more sense, big picture, right? I'll advance and win the championship. If you win, if you beat Flash, you'll only get second place, he says. What are you doing here, he asks. Light, a word for Flash, please. I've lost quite a lot to Soma recently, but over the course of this season, I fix my mistakes one by one as I keep advancing. Right now, my opponent in the round of 4 is a tremendously strong player. I'll overcome Flash and then overcome Soma in the finals to win the championship. Got it. 2 Terran pages in the history book of ASL going head to head. One will move on to the grand final. Please put your hands together and shout as we start this semi-finals match.
선수가 승리 따내고 매치 포인트를 기록했어요. 진제 두 경기를 따내고 경기를 확정 돌리면서 우박으로 갑니다. 이조 선수 날카로운 타이밍이 나오고요. 자, 들어와. 진제 경기 옥탑을 승리 따내면서 4강으로 가는 길을 엽니다.
다른 세상에서 온 테란 같습니다.
생각보다
너무 빠릅니다. 이용호 선수의 공격이.
압도하는 경기를 선보이면서 승리 따내고 4강에 올라가네요.
두 번째 세트 크라임포드에서 이재호가 이영호를 잡아냅니다.
항상 인정했던 테란이기 때문에 진짜 기계거든요, 재호 형은.
지금의 제 모습은 또 이영호 선수가 얼마나 통할지 좀 궁금하기도 하고.
Okay, this is it, guys. We're going to get into maybe one of the greatest TVTs of all time.
Yeah, I think that's very likely. It's really hard to put this in context because it sounds kind of like fake, like caster hype or something, but like Flash is by far the best player in the world, generally speaking. Like everyone kind of agrees. They call him God, right? And as far as the Terran race goes, Light is by far the second best player. Like, Light is so much better than the other Terrans that they ask him for coaching. And when I get to watch some of that coaching, he it's like he's a somewhat impatient father that is disappointed in how little they know about the game. So, like, the fact that these two are fighting is so exciting as a Terran player. To watch, like, the guy that teaches the scene how to play correctly against the guy who warps the metagame around himself, like, it's a perfect match.
Yeah, it's going to be so cool to see how these guys open. You know, one thing about Light, a lot of his ideas and his games have been out there for a while. And Light definitely has a very specific style and way that he approaches Terran in general, right? Like, you know, we've all seen a lot of Light games. They definitely look a certain way depending on the matchup. And, you know, one of the things about Flash is that he's so good at basically navigating the early game in such a way where he's so tremendously ahead or in such a good, healthy trajectory, while never really seeming to put himself at that much risk. You know, we always talk about build order management and openings, and, you know, sometimes you do need to take risks, and Flash seems to be almost perfect at the risks he takes.
Yeah.
But TVT is a different matchup. You know, it seems like it's become a lot more fluid, a lot more explosive. It was historically considered the most static matchup in StarCraft 1 and 2, for that matter. Like, it was just sort of hard to end games. You know, you had to battle for inches to get a lead, and a pretty brutal, endurance. How do I say this? Kind of a match of endurance to even try to get through a TVT. But, you know, Flash has said before in interviews he feels like the matchup doesn't need to be that long. It can actually be closed out pretty quickly if someone knows how to do it right. And so I'm so curious, more curious than I've ever been about, you know, TVT build orders. I want to see how Flash plays this, because I think if he's going to win, even though I think he can win in a war of attrition, he's probably going to be winning with build orders and ideas early on.
Yeah. The fact that he thinks that it can be closed out more early is a testament to how good he is, because he's the only one that knows how to do it. Light's Terran versus Terran in general, the way he plays is like strategically sound, macros really god mode, and waits for you to make a mistake. Flash already knows where the mistake is going to be, and he goes and gets the game. It's bizarre, because like the fact that he can play it in a completely different way, because there's like people that are aggressive that'll like go up and attack, but Flash will like make a set of units and know where you're weak and go kill you. It's, as a Terran player, like I can't explain it, man. No one else can do it. So I'm very excited to see if he's able to do that against Light, who's so solid.
All right, guys, we're going to go into game number 1 here in this best of 7. The winner goes on to the finals to face off against Soma. Okay, Light in the bottom left, Flash in the bottom right. As always, guys, just consider signing up for the Patreon if you have not already. This is our 21st season of ASL, and oh man, are there going to be so many more to come. StarCraft 1's in a great place, and you know, while there's so much hysteria and drama around other esports and business model handled right, or you know, is it going to be around the next year? This is a 27-year-old game, and Koreans are crazy about it. So if you want to just keep watching us and supporting us and this regular content we're going to be putting out, we would love for you to join our Patreon.
Yes, thank you everyone who has subscribed so far. I couldn't echo it harder. Like, I just think StarCraft is in such a good spot right now. I'm more excited. Like, I say this semi-regularly, but I keep getting more excited about StarCraft 1. It's just the game is so good. There's so many fans for it right now. There's so many great games going on. It's a wonderful time to be a Brood War fan.
And what a cool time to have Flash back here. You know, I didn't realize it had been as long as you had mentioned at the start of the show, Tastosis. I think in my mind, you know, when he said he had come back, I kind of thought, all right, he's been back since earlier. But yeah, it's been like 4 or 5 years of no Flash.
A really long time.
And, you know, a lot of different players emerged, and it proved that the scene is very, very competitive when he's not here. And, you know, Flash has had to put up a really hard fight to stay on top. And now that he's returned, this has been one of his most difficult seasons. I mean, he barely beat Snow. He lost to Jaedong in the groups. We don't know how he's going to fare against Light here, but I would put Light in the same caliber as a Snow or as a Jaedong. just as a Terran player. So we got to see, can he go all the way? And of course, if Flash does win here, how much further can that go? Can he beat Soma? Soma is looking untouchable.
Yeah. And I have so much more to say about all that as well. But taking a look at these builds, so already they have some differences. Light here. So as I said, like gasless expansion, you know, like a command center after just barracks and command center first are both extremely popular right now. And looking at these builds, Light did 11 barracks, 12 gas, and 12 scout. 12 scout is incredibly fast for Terran versus Terran, and he checked the center first. And the reasoning between scouting faster and going center is because so many people are going center barracks to try to hurt their opponent, but not like center 8 racks, because that loses to everything else. It's like center 11 racks. And if he had found that, that would have been a very quick punish. But Flash has done a much more economical build with 12 barracks, 12 gas, and like a 15 scout. So like his economy is a bit better than Light's already. And he's extremely safe against what Light has done. Not that Light is like throwing away economy or being aggressive or being cheesy or anything. It's just you can see the optimizations here are just a little bit better for Flash, and that's always the case. Like, look at the command center, right? The command center is going to be, what, 10 seconds faster, something like that? And he's up 1 supply, like, already, you know?
Yeah, this is one of those moments I wish we could really go over the replay and see everything that he did exactly. But yeah, the CC starts a little bit faster here for Flash. And it looks like no one's going to try to do anything right away, right? Like, they're both going to get a Vulture, they're both going to get Marines. Usually when it seems like you have about the same amount of stuff, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to try anything, because by the time you get there, they should have just a little bit more and be able to hold it. The second factory for Flash has started. That's before the machine shop add-on, and it looks like Light is ready to do the same thing on his side of the map as well.
He's actually banked up significantly more gas, which again, this is not super uncommon. This is like the difference of how Flash plays. Like, he'll take everything off gas and have exactly enough gas for exactly the right timing. Whereas sometimes in Terran vs. Terran, you actually do want to bank a little bit of gas to be able to throw down multiple tech things at once or start your siege tank production at a certain time. But you can see that it is very optimized right now. I believe I just saw an armory being made for Flash. Did you see that as well, or?
I didn't see it, but we'll get a shot in a second here. I'm very curious. Flash, by the way, I was saying, you know, whoa, Light with a little bit, Light's a little bit slower. You know, I don't normally remark on stuff like this because it's not important. But there's been just many moments where Flash is like, you know, 5 seconds ahead on what he's doing. He is going to try to come in here and push. He is going to have the barracks come in, which can kind of be a battery for damage. And it's 2 Marines versus 1. You always want the Vultures in the front here because they can soak up way more Vulture shots than Marines can. He's going to go with 5. Let's look at this really specific rush. And he knows he can 2-shot Vultures with this.
Oh, man. Yeah, really good execution here from Flash. Light was actually kind of ready for it, but still fell. And he better be making a tank right now or he might be in some serious trouble. Already losing a lot of SCVs. Wow.
This is crazy to me. I actually got a lot to say about this. There's certain openers in PvP that kind of work like this too, where you basically engineer your build to give you like 1 more Dragoon, or in this case, it's 1 more Vulture, and you just have enough that you get a slight lead and it snowballs.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you're not going to win the game, but they're going to lose workers. And then it's like you're just in a good spot. Which is exactly what he did back there. Now, it's going to be all Goliaths, which I also find very different. I'm not used to seeing Goliaths made right now at all, and I'm curious why he's doing this. At the same time, Goliaths can beat Vultures. In small numbers, they can fight tanks too.
Yeah.
Man, look at that.
Yeah,
completely blocks it.
There are a couple of reasons here. Like the 5 Vulture attack we saw him do, you have to follow that with Goliaths because you're skipping your add-on. That's how you get the extra Vulture. That's how he snowballed there. So because you have no add-ons, you still have to make something that can actually hold on against a counterattack because your opponent does have an add-on. And early game, like these very early moments in the game, Goliaths actually beat siege tanks. Like, you can just produce them much more quickly, and they are very, very microable. But right now, Light has a pretty good attack coming in. But he has to be careful.
Yeah.
Like, the Vultures don't do anything. They just kind of tank. So if he can get his Goliaths up next to the Siege Tanks, he is going to pick those off really, really quickly. And Offensive Mines don't really do anything here either. Oh, wow. He already has a Scanner up as well. And he has 4 factories. I think Light is going a little bit too fast here. Like, he really needs to build up to the critical mass to beat Goliaths.
I mean, he might have enough scans. I was as shocked as you were in Tastosis when I saw the scans go down. I'm like, oh, he's got that too? Okay, I thought, you know, Terran would be able to set up and maybe siege up. He's got Goliaths coming out of 4 factories, so that's 4 Goliaths at a time if they're all synced up. And it almost seems like as this happens, he's just going to get more and more Goliaths and just have enough to basically shoot the tanks down. Ooh, as long as he doesn't set off mines like that.
Nice, nice. Still looks like he's producing 4 Goliaths at a time. This is actually kind of a tricky play from Flash. Okay, when you see 4 Goliaths here as Light, you need to back all the way up because this is pretty clear what's going on. This is not like a popular build, but it is a build that you'll hit occasionally on the ladder where it's like they just don't get an add-on. They keep making Goliaths. And the thing is, if you're having smaller battles, it's really favored for the Goliath player. But if the Siege Tank player sits back and gets a fair amount of Siege Tanks, it becomes grossly favored for them. So, like, but you have to sit back and turtle for a moment.
Yeah, one of the problems is that Goliaths shoot so fast. I should say problem for Light is that Goliaths shoot so fast that when you have a lot, if you're controlling them correctly, you can basically shoot down mines.
Yeah.
So he might be able to just run all the way across the map here. I don't see siege mode up yet. One thing you can do is really stack the mines to the point where there's not enough, but you can see Flash knows there's going to be room here. He can scan, he can run forward there. He's forced the siege up, and now he's going to back up.
Wow, 5 factory Goliath and adds his 2 add-ons there as he takes control of the map. Flash has definitely played this game a bit better than Light. I think Light was just overextending slightly, but Light is doing some good moves. Like, these Vultures getting in is very nice. He can see, okay, we're getting double upgrade over here. Is that going to be siege mode and speed? Is that going to be speed and mines? It's hard to say exactly, but getting a little bit of damage and has very good intel and knows that the first couple of tanks are going to be popping out. So this is, like, the game is actually developing, like, pretty interestingly. Definitely, again, Flash has an advantage, but I think Light here with a slightly better siege tank count is still okay.
Yeah, I mean, the scans are continuing to come down here. Remember that Light is still behind with SCVs. I mean, he lost a lot early, and you're kind of feeling that right now, just seeing the supply differential here. Light does have the tank count lead, and it seems like Light will be able to maybe take his 3rd base first. Also, it seems like Flash might take his 3rd base, but at the mineral-only expansion.
Yeah, that does look exactly that way. And he's going to come in and try to break this siege line already. He has such a large amount of Goliaths. And this is, well, Light has a good amount of tanks, but it seems like the mines and speed upgrade, wow, Flash is hitting like a very sharp timing here. This was very close to held. Very close to held by Light. Though both those tanks are in the red.
Dude, Flash is so scary. I can't even believe this. GG, dude.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
That was pretty wild.
That was so fast. He's got to buckle his belt. I respect it. I also unbuckle the belt when I both play and cast. Man, I mean, the way he handled that was something like 6 or 7 tanks. And he just looked at it and said, yeah, the damage will be spread out enough. I can just cut through this. I've got enough scans to get the... I mean, the level of understanding that Flash has here from beginning to end is incredible.
It is incredible.
He is looking so strong.
Yeah, he just gets the game on a completely different level. And that was like such a tempo-oriented thing. Even if he doesn't completely break him there, he's on 5 factories against 3. If he just clears the siege tanks, he has the same amount of add-ons as Light. He could have lost his whole army, and it's actually, the game is very close to even still. Like, or Flash slightly ahead. Anyways, quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and talk some more TVT.
So much to see, so much to feel, and it's all beautiful.
We're back, everybody. What a TVT that was. You know, it was not the slog, the grind, the whole map being taken, who's going to get the last base. It wasn't 8 drop ships closing the game out. We barely got into mid-game.
Yeah.
Flash just rushed back there.
He did. The 5th Vulture attacking in was really, really nice. You have to block that very well, very decisively. You actually pointed out as well that there was 1 Marine for Light and 2 for Flash. That does make a big difference. Marine DPS is higher than Vulture. So that does actually add up pretty quickly. Yeah, it was a little bit of a mistake on that first defense, and then the thing is, I think that might be why Light was trying to be so aggressive with his tank Vulture push. But the correct play against like Goliath heavy is to sit back and mass up tanks a little bit more, because like tanks hit a critical mass where Goliaths become nothing. Like you just crush. And the amount of trading he did allowed Flash to hit that 5-factory bust on his siege tanks. And it just barely busted through, too. So I think the game was tighter than it looked in a couple ways. Right? If Light holds back his tanks a little bit more, he doesn't get busted and we're still in that game. If he blocks the initial vulture attack a little bit better, same type of thing.
Yeah, you know, it definitely looked like maybe had the tanks been more bunched up. Excuse me, maybe if the tanks had been a little bit more bunched up, might have gone better, but I think that initial attack really put Light in a difficult position.
Yeah,
you know, if you're not ready for those kind of sharp timings, things do spiral out of control, and it won't kill you. It won't end the game, but it puts you in a bad spot where you're gonna have to make some tough decisions, and it makes the game just much easier overall for the Terran who aggressed to continue on like that.
But I really liked the play from Flash. That was a very well, I won't call it exactly a fresh approach because, like, you know, that is a build that's been around for a while, like playing like that, where you go 2-factory Vulture, no add-ons, into 2-factory Goliath into 4-factory Goliath. Like, I've definitely utilized that on the ladder many times in the past years. But you know, it's not like a groundbreaking new strategy. He executed it better than I've ever seen. The mine and speed follow-up with 2 tanks to bust, I think, was the most interesting part of that for me as a Terran player. The way that he went through the tank line really quickly, like he wasn't gonna wait, because like I was saying, like his army isn't going to scale correctly. Those Goliaths, their value will go way down over time. So I really liked how he just got in there and traded out for the tanks. I think that was, for me, that's the big takeaway that I'm writing in my notebook about, like, oh, if you go for this heavy Goliath build, make sure you trade them as quickly as you can for siege tanks, whether you're going to kill them or not.
Yeah, no, it's smart. I mean, keep the tank count low, just grind through the vultures, get yourself into a position where you're going to have your own tanks, but you have enough Goliaths, and you can shoot down the mines. You can really break that position. And you can see that even with a lot more tanks there, Light just didn't quite have enough. You know, those tank shots, what is it, 3 shots to kill a Goliath from a tank? Is that correct?
I have no idea what the number is. I can feel it in game.
3 shots from a tank to kill Goliath. I think I said it the other way around. I think it's 3.
No, you let's see. So it does 30. They are large units. They have 125 health. So it would be 4 shots. 4 siege.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot to kill off a Goliath. So, I mean, that gives you a lot of time to move through there. You're probably not going to take any damage from the mines, too.
Yeah, the Goliaths are really good against mines. Their tracking and lock-on is, like, I think one of the quickest in the games. That's another reason why they're so good against Zerglings. They just, like, switch targets really quickly, basically. Okay, Knockout, map number 2. This map is very much about map control. It's very tight in TVT, so let's see how it goes.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so we've got both players sharing the right side of the map here. It is, I actually didn't see who's who. It's going to be Flash at the top here and Light at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, so TVT, like, containments are incredibly strong on Knockout. And fast expansions are strong too, right? Because it's really hard to push them down because of that little ditch. It's just, you know, it's the same thing as other matchups where it's like, yeah, Hydra busts aren't as good here, Nexus First is good here, Command Center First is good here, but of course there are different counterplays for that. So yeah, let's see how they open up. What I'm really waiting for today, Tasteless, is to watch one of these guys kill the other one when they go Command Center First with a factory expansion. That's the secret sauce that I'm waiting for as someone who always does factory expansion. I'm like, please show me, please God, someone show me how to beat this build.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you look at a build like that and you go, Oh man, like if I could see somebody who's way better than me in a really important match actually do this, I'm gonna be so happy.
Yes, so much.
Ooh, excellent sign here.
I love this. That's actually a screenshot from a video I made.
So
awesome,
funny.
awesome. And I did the big flash head over everything as well. I love it. Thank you, guy in the chat, in the audience. All right. Oh, man.
So no gas here for Light, gas taken for Flash. So we could have that command center play, although this is not CC first.
It's close, though. The gasless expansion is, like, safer. Similar timings, like, you can get your Marines out quicker for a defense, but your command center's, like, 15 seconds slower, something like that. So it's not very far off. So I can live with this. If Flash gets some sort of lead with this factory expansion looking build that he's doing, then I'll be happy. Like this is what I'm waiting for right here, Tasteless.
Now I should point out that in these spawns, Flash is really close to Light. So I mean, these are maybe the two most pushable spots almost out of all of the maps we have here. Excuse me. I got the bit of a hiccups here. I don't know what's going on with me. But yeah, both these spawns here, you can attack each other real fast. So Flash, if he hits early, he could hit very hard.
Yeah. And, he gets to scout pretty quickly as what's going on. But, like, he's already removed his guys from gas. It looks like he's just going for an expansion, which is completely normal, right? Like, the factory expansion is generally how things go. He's not getting to put on any pressure. His SCV is trying to get in right now, and it looks like... I mean, he hasn't actually seen Light's command center yet, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, the SCV has kind of been pushed back by Light's Marines a little bit. And it's taken pretty heavy damage, so I don't know that it's going to get in. Light gets his bunker up. And Flash here... Oh, I think Flash actually... didn't make a Vulture, but instead went add-on very quickly. So we might see some tank pressure coming up. It's possible he goes mines, but I'm going to guess he goes tank pressure. He's not much of a mine opener guy. He likes tanks.
Well, what exactly is Light doing with this SCV in the top left?
I think he's just looking for proxies or hidden tech or whatever. Like, he's just scouting around a little bit, I think. But that would be like a really weird place to put anything. So I'm not... That's like, I've never seen anyone proxy something against this build over there. Okay, so he does go Vultures, which means he's getting a Vulture upgrade. So you can get speed and hope that there's a hole you can run through. And that can be really, really strong. But if they close it all up, the speed upgrade doesn't do anything for you. So most people go for mines in this situation and just lay some mines out and just play that out the game normally.
We've got the armory coming down here for Flash. Whereas Light is actually going for a starport here, hidden in the bottom left.
And he does a full wall. So if this is a speed upgrade from Flash, it's going to do literally nothing. It's going to be garbage. And it is a speed upgrade.
Yeah.
So it's, and the thing is, his barracks flew by. He sees that it's a full wall. So the speed vultures are, like, well, close to worthless, I would say. Like, he still has speed vultures, so that's, like, okay. Like, he can still do some things with them. But he can't get any of the damage he was hoping for.
We've got these two SCVs. Does he just go for a super fast... Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Double starport hidden out here.
Yeah, so his barracks got enough intel to tell him that this is starport.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He lifts it off and he runs in. How did he know? That's crazy.
Yeah, that is a little bit crazy.
That's insane. It's like he's prescient. Like, what?
Yeah. Look at the mines he's laying. Oh, my God. Well.
Now this tank lives there. That's his home.
That's his home, man. And it gets the other tank. He lays him just right.
I'm so interested with those vultures that ran in. Was there something that telegraphed that was coming out? I also wonder, when you see a full wall in, do you just know it has to... be at least 1 Starport Wraith?
I actually do know what it was. I do know how he figured it out, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, this isn't replicable. This is stupid. So what he did you see when he brought the vultures way over to the left? He made them go out of range of vision, and Light pushed out with 1 Marine to check if the vultures were there, and they weren't. So Light pulled his new tanks into his main base because he thought it was a drop. So he thought it was a speed vulture drop, which is a very normal thing to do. So because of that, his tanks were out of position and the barracks started flying forward. And so Flash is like, okay, the tank should be in the main, and then he ran in the front. God, he's like, he thinks in the 5th dimension. It's so insane.
Yeah, well, he's so aware of what the other player, if they're good, is going to try to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's so crazy.
That's wild.
And so now this push...
Oof.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. Now this push is going to come down here. We got the 2 Wraiths coming in. Now, 1 Starport is much worse versus 2 Starport for obvious reasons. So this is going to be tough.
Yeah, the 2 Starport play, that's him. He floated his barracks through, so he knew that it was a Starport from Light. And to go 2 Starport against 1 Starport can be very, very good as long as you do it quickly and get those Wraiths up. So he's going to have 4 Wraiths. And I hear a couple scans going off. I think that's actually from Light's point of view. I don't think Flash has his scanners yet, but he should probably have them on the way just in case he's going to deal with Cloak. Yeah, he does have the Academy at least. But now he's kind of dominating with these Wraiths. Like, he's going to kill the barracks. Well, that's not the biggest deal because Academy and 4 factories are already up, so you're actually okay. But he is going to go Wraith hunting.
Yeah, now you can take these SCVs out over here. It's going to be a tough game right now. The only place that Light could expand to would be the mineral only, which it's fine. You can take it. You don't get extra gas there, obviously, which is, comes with its own problems. But for now, I think Flash is ready to meet him.
All right, well, he does have a fair amount of units here. Has siege mode as well. Light has to pull back. I think Light doesn't have siege mode, but I'm not 100% sure. He does have a couple Goliaths here that are really important. He has to be very careful because if he attack moves into that, he needs to keep the Goliaths back. If Flash were to target those down, he'll just win with the Wraiths. So, like, again, you have to hold those back. 2 more tanks come up just in time, and Light starts to go forward. Okay, and the Goliaths are out of range of the siege tanks, but I don't know that he's bringing enough since those other 2 tanks came up.
I mean, this is a total fail, dude. The problem is he actually... Okay, there's so much to point out here. Flash let the Wraiths stay in the front. GG. Okay, there was a very special interaction that happened there. So Flash leaves the Wraiths in the front. So the Goliaths are then hitting the Wraiths. No problem, right? Well, now the tanks can all be targeted down by the other siege tanks, right? And you know that Flash is grabbing various siege tanks and targeting the siege tanks of Light. So, you were just saying a second ago, Tastosis, well, if Light moves in with the Goliaths, then he's going to lose those. They'll be targeted and the Wraiths can win it. But I guess it also works the other way around.
Yeah.
Where, if it's just tanks in the front and nothing to tank for them, which there really wasn't anything, then you just lose all your tanks. So, I mean, how crazy was that? Flash knew exactly how to engage and win that fight.
Yeah, he's so big-brained that it's almost disturbing to see, like, because I'm like, oh, is that what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to assume that my opponent is smart enough to know that the vultures disappearing should mean drop and they should go to block it. And then I can run in because you're not going to keep the barracks down all day long. Because normally what happens is when the barracks floats out, the tanks are at the front and you can't run by anyways. But, like, he checked. It had lifted. He gets the damage. He had already started 2 Starport to stop the Wraiths. And then he just moves up and contains because containments are, like, ridiculous on knockout. Dude, Flash is making Light look like a ladder player right now. It's insane.
I mean, it's crazy how short these games are. Light is basically getting so outclassed that, once you have the first couple of building blocks, right? Like your factory, your starport, couple of units, already Flash knows exactly how to navigate the game so that he closes it out and wins it.
Yeah. I don't know how to learn from this, Tasteless, which is killing me because it's like Tastosis, just like triple how smart you are and make better mechanics. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So let me write that down and get right on that. It's just
well,
it's
there are
insane.
there's so many possibilities that happen in this game, and the fact that he seems to always have the answer is crazy. He knew to send the vultures in after the block was already up. He knew, okay, the tanks, he'll now be expecting a possibility, in the possible build orders in existence right now. He will expect a drop, which means they'll probably then scout with the barracks because he didn't do that yet. So he'll have the tanks in the main so I can come in that time. He knew when the fight came out, he analyzed what units were there and thought, okay, I don't need to push it any further. I just need to kind of hunker down here. Light gets uncomfortable, attacks in, and Flash knows exactly what to target fire with what to micro, what to not micro. Leave 4 Wraiths in the front because the Goliaths are never going to be over there to help out with the tanks. Perfectly played. Right now, Flash up 2-0. Light needs to turn this around. Our next map is going to be Jane Doe. Okay, good luck, Light. I mean, I'm worried for the guy. You know, I was hoping this would be close, and I think it can still be close, but these are such like judo flips of games.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I thought we were going to have like a brawl. I thought it was going to be like 2 Dragon Ball Z beams hitting each other, and then one gets a little bit, further along, and it goes back and forth and back and forth. But instead, it really is like, Flash, it looks like it's going to be close, and Flash flips this guy on his back and takes him out immediately. And he's really the only guy that does this TVT consistently.
Yeah. No one else can do this. Like, you'll have games that look like that occasionally, but like every Flash game looks like this, where he just knows exactly what to do and he does it and he kills you. And that's just not what TVT is for the rest of the world. It's just simply not, including Light. Like, I watch so many Light TVT guides, Tasteless. It's a hard matchup to improve at. And like, he waits for you to make mistakes and he kills you. Whereas Flash is like, I will force a mistake like this and then kill you. And it's like, wow, that is such a difference.
Mirror matchups have always been fascinating, not just in StarCraft, but any RTS game. Like, what happens when you both start with the same stuff and can do the same thing, right? And then when the deviations in the build orders happen, how do you capitalize on that, right? I mean, it's totally different than, let's say, a Terran versus Zerg or a Terran versus Protoss, where there's asymmetry between the races in so many ways, and they have their own tech and their own rate of growth and everything like that. And, you can learn a lot about how a race operates by how its mirror matchup operates.
That's true,
and, it's seeing Flash basically sense these deviations or flat out see the deviations in the build orders and then know, oh, I can so quickly stop this game dead in its tracks with 1 or 2 key decisions. It blows me away.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it should be possible. Terran has a real defender's advantage with things like siege tanks and mines, and like, it doesn't even factor in the games with Flash. He's just like knows how to abuse you right away. So both these guys are going for gasless expansion, and Light did it with like a more forward barracks, so he's gonna like try to put on some pressure. I don't think it's gonna come to anything, but it's not like bad or anything like that either to like just do a little poke and see. He'll have a couple Marines on the map, okay, and probably just lift his racks. His barracks should get into Flash's base more quickly, which is kind of nice. Oh, look at that. He hides the 2 Marines. So he's going to pop up and, hope that there's 1 Marine. And if he pops up with 3 Marines and an SCV, maybe he gets a little bit of damage. But actually, Flash is somehow making a 3rd Marine here. So, pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the 3rd Marine is going to be enough to probably stop this. Oh, hold on a second. Okay. No, Flash has 2. Never mind. Okay, so this should actually work for Light.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Is sent out.
Good start here for Light so far. And yeah, he gets both Marines. That's probably about as much damage. Maybe he can snap 1 SCV. No, not quite. And there is
one more Marine is going to pop.
Yeah, with the new Marine coming out, he just has to run. He is trying to get like 1 kill here. And he's just not quite able to get it. So really, really good micro there from Flash. And actually from Light as well. That was like an interesting little engagement that we had. But it feels to me like everything went pretty normal on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, not bad at all. You know, Light off to a decent start. Light did block the scouting SCV. We've got 2 factories being made here on both sides. By the way, I think if we're going to have a long game, which, you know, it's like not a crazy thing at all to say a long game in a TVT, right? Oh, nice block here by Flash. Oh, I think he can get this. He has to kind of right-click past. He does. Moving shot with the SCV. This SCV is not done. The SCV is pissed, Tastosis.
Yeah, I guess so. By the way, kind of funny that Light floated his barracks back instead of going across the map. I didn't expect that. Normally, the barracks just loves to scout in Terran vs. Terran, but he brought it back for some defensive Marines here, which is beyond my expectation. I really didn't expect that. I'm not 100% clear on why he even decided he needed that, but maybe he, you know, I guess he didn't know exactly what Flash was doing, so it is a bit safer, and it will hedge you against things like Wraith and stuff. But either way, like everything looks kind of normal, kind of even right now. Their supplies are close. Their expansions were similar times. Like double add-on here for Light. We have 3 factory over there for Flash. Yeah, nothing too wild. I think we're actually going to get a nice macro game coming out of these two.
I think so. You know, it's a game. First of all, you're starting out on high ground with a free interior base, so it's pretty hard to kill somebody here. Like this should end up with 3rd bases, possibly 4th bases here. Mm-hmm. Again, I was starting to say this a second ago before that SCV got the moving shot, which, by the way, very hard to do with an SCV, unlike a probe or a drone. But yeah, you know, normally TVTs are number 1 or number 2 in the longest matchups recorded in StarCraft games.
Oh, yes.
PVT is the one that can go crazy long, but it can also be very short. It probably has the widest range of game lengths. But yeah, I mean, I would imagine we're going to eventually go into at least 1 late game TVT here. It's also hard to imagine any game where Light really gets the upper hand and just wins early TVT versus Flash, but let's keep our minds open for that too.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to win early no matter what, but against Flash, I guess, would just be another level altogether. Now, Light utilizing these Marines that he had to clear some of these mines and get a more forward position with his 3 siege tanks. Flash laying a good amount of mines and bringing some tanks up. He might just try to go for a quick containment. Obviously, if you get a containment up on this map, it's going to be incredibly, incredibly strong. Because you have like all these different switches to high ground, which just like if you have tanks sieged on high ground, breaking that is disgusting. It is so difficult in Terran vs. Terran. But Light has enough here. I think that this is okay. He's going to move up and target this down. The mine laying is actually pretty darn good, but he picks off those tanks. Ooh, drags the mine as well. Really good micro here from Light.
It's just one of these moments. It's like now Flash is like, now you go Goliaths and tanks and I'll beat you with vultures and tanks. Like no matter what the combination is, I always win.
Yeah.
Oh no! Ooh. Oh my God, that's such a common trap that you lay in TVT is putting 2 mines right up on the high ground like that. I can't believe Light went there.
Yeah.
You know that that's something that people do because when you start to feel claustrophobic in your position, you're going to try to go around them. And putting 2 mines up there's no way the tank can see that in time and shoot it down, especially with the chance to miss from low ground to high ground.
Yeah. He lost 2 extra tanks, which is really, really painful because he actually had a little edge there as far as the tank count goes. He needs a float. Well, his barracks floated across the map finally. One thing that's really good for Flash here is he has a barracks in front of his siege line, so he just gets to see better. You notice how there's scanning going on from Light. You have to be really careful because tanks shoot further than they can see. So if you don't have a spotting flying unit or building, you have to be so careful because Flash can actually just move up and break these tanks with his own tanks. That's why we keep seeing the scans from Light. So it is a somewhat dangerous position, but it doesn't seem like Flash wants to focus his attention on trying to push through here right now.
Okay. SCV's pulled now to go be transferred down here. Light is contained, but it's going to be 3 base versus 3 base. Sorry, who had +1? I actually missed that. Who clicked on what?
I don't know.
So Light got it first.
Yeah, that would make sense because he already has the science facility. So if you have that science facility, there's no way you would go for that without +1. So he's going to have a very fast +2. But Flash actually has the containment. Like, this, breaking that siege line is going to be very gross, very dirty, and it's even hard to get into a 4th base from here. So on Light's side, it's like, okay, do we mass up units or do we try something out of the starport? Those are your two choices. He has 1 starport, and there's a lot of places you can build turrets here, by the way. Okay, Light is going to try to start pushing through. Good scan there from Flash.
Yeah, Light's just out of range. So he's not able to do a whole lot. Now, Flash is doing a big shift into triple starport.
Yeah.
So basically, he's hoping that as Light tries to break through and muster the extra tanks and the extra damage to hit from low ground to high ground. By the way, it's really brutal TBT, low ground to high ground, because a lot of your stuff doesn't attack fast. Oh, he actually cancels. I wonder if that was a mistake that he made the 3rd starport there.
It could be, or I was hearing scans. Maybe it got spotted, so he decided not to go as hard into it. I really don't know. I thought 3 starport was actually a really good idea there, so I'm surprised he canceled it out. But right now, Flash, yeah, still trying to keep a containment up. Looks like we're going to have some units in that dropship maybe for a little bit of counter pressure here from Light, so that's nice.
So the contain's going to continue here. It's still going to be starport, by the way. So it's not like he abandoned the tech entirely. He's just not going that hard into it right now. The dropship's going to come in here. It's going to go to that interior base in the bottom left. Oh, man. Meanwhile, Light's going to try to break this. I don't know if this is going to succeed. He's not able to get either here or the screen shot above this, where the 4th base would be. Vultures are going to be dropped. This is a nuisance. It is a problem, but it will be cleaned up. Oh, man, Flash actually pulled away a little bit too soon there when Vulture's still in the natural. Meanwhile, an attack coming out over here onto the high ground. Some mines being laid. The targeting so far so good here for Flash, using that 1 tank that's low on HP to target the mines. The SUV comes here to repair. The tank shots are being traded, and Flash is going to come out on top.
Yeah, his targeting is just immaculate here, making sure that he gets maximum damage on his opponent's tanks. He's rallying up for more of a containment. The containment has not been broken. The drop didn't do enough damage. He's got enough Wraiths here to push that Wraith back. Oh, man. They're both actually going 2-port right now, but this is better Wraith count for Light. Light going to come in, and yeah, he does have scans, so he kills 1 off. Still trying to break out. If he can break out and take this base, then the game really opens up. If Flash can continually deny a 4th, though, the game will get out of hand pretty quickly.
So far, Light has not really managed to break free just yet. Flash has been doing a great job buying time. The cloak Wraiths are coming in here. I don't see a scan just yet. The scan's going to come down, but it might be a little bit too late. There's still going to be a Wraith lead coming in here, but with the Vultures and the tanks on the low ground, is this finally enough to shatter this position on the high ground? I think it is.
All right. This is what we wanted to see. Finally, Light looks like he's going to break out, but scan... Flash actually gets back into position pretty quickly there. He's going Valkyries. He's taking his own 4th. +2 should be almost done here for Light. You know, sometimes you wait for +2 to try to do something like that, but maybe he just saw the imbalance of units and decided that was the best time. I think he was right on that. But he should be able to take that 4th base, that central 4th base. I think if he just shoves everything up there, or a big chunk of everything up there, he should be fine.
Yeah, Light's going to try to come in here. Flash has been very good at remaining very fluid in his position. He's so good at knowing when to siege and unsiege these tanks and reorganize. He is, I think, going to have to abandon dominating this position that Light has just seized up here. He's got the 3 tanks over here and the Vultures. He's fighting back really nicely. There should be room for the 4th command center, but we should point out Flash has already taken his 4th base. He's already got, I guess, only 1 SCV mining there, but other than that, he is drinking in all the resources from there. Light is, again, it's low ground to high ground. It's not exactly the kind of fight you want to have, and only 1 Goliath here. Oh, but hold on. 4 Wraiths going to come up here for Light.
But we have a Valkyrie with the Wraiths on the other side there for Flash. So Flash is doing such a good job of slowing Light, of being slightly more cost efficient in every single fight. And he's got the better air army. And that's a problem. Like, controlling the air when you're at this level is so important. And with 2 Valkyries out already, he's got a 3rd starport up, and he's got that additional gas. Flash still in control of this game.
Yeah, he's coming through here, and dude, I don't know. I think that might have been a little bit too ambitious there from Light. The tank count is so thin here. The Wraith and the Valkyrie count is getting higher and higher. Flash, he's going to try to inch in a little bit further here. Again, there's nothing to spot here for Light either, so he's having to burn a lot of scans where the barracks is still floating here for Flash. Ooh, crazy.
Yeah, not bad there. Does a pretty good job. Now he is down in Valkyries, which is the problem. 3 Valkyries should just win this. His Valkyrie actually went in first to tank, which was a smart idea, but it's just the Valkyrie is too good in these situations. And so GG. Flash goes up 3-0. My God. Oh.
So that was our first TVT that was a little bit, I think what you expect to see in a Terran versus Terran is these walls of siege tanks and this no man's land created in between them. In that game, Flash took the high ground, a very difficult position for Light to play from, no matter who you are. Nobody's good at low ground to high ground, okay? That's not a thing. You just have a higher chance to miss shooting from low ground to high ground, right? So it's just a bad fight. So Flash basically played the early game in such a way that he controlled that high ground area. Light fought back well, I think as well as him or anybody could have, but Flash eventually took enough trades. He had the lead. He got his 4th base up ahead. And at that point in time, you know, Light looked at the game and said, there's nothing else I can do. So this puts Flash now at a 3-0 lead in this best of 7. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we find out if Light can start to turn this around or if Flash closes this out 4-0 and goes on to the finals.
The way she made me feel like I ain't got before. Yeah. The way that she pick it up, put it down, is so low. Yeah. Body on fleek, but she still on street, just 10 toes. Need to get to peak, and she's still the show. Like, oh na na na, she got it. Oh na na na, she's on the way. Oh na na na, I love it. The way she never really looked out of place. Giving me these sweets, so I gotta taste. Yeah, keep away, cause you know I keep her safe. Yeah, so high, so I chillin' out the space. Just don't give it away, yeah. You're giving me that vibe, I can't lie. Got me feeling like I'm sky high. Know what I want, you know what I need, just what I like. Got me feeling like I'm sky high. She a real go-getter girl. She up on top of the world, yeah. And she keep me close by. Cause we both fly, and we both know why, yeah. Make my heart flutter. You the real deal, me not deal with no other. Smooth to the sky like butter. I'ma take you home after meet my mother, yeah. Oh na na na, she got it. Oh na na na, she's on her way. Oh na na na, I love it. The way she never really looked out of place. Giving me these sweets, so I gotta taste. Yeah, keep away, cause you know I keep her safe. Yeah, so high, so I feeling out the space. Just don't give it away, yeah. You're giving me that vibe, I can't lie. Got me feeling like I'm sky high. Know what I want, you know what I need, just what I like. Got me feeling like I'm sky high. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got me feeling it. Oh, she, oh,
We're back, everybody. Thank you for waiting. Man, oh man, is Light having a bad night. But it's not over yet. There is a world where he could come back and maybe win this, but that might be the hardest thing to ever do in all of StarCraft. Come back in 4-0 Flash?
Doesn't sound very likely. I don't think anyone's ever done anything even remotely close to that. Flash just looks like he's a completely different level in Terran vs. Terran. His decision-making is so godly. I don't know how he knows these things, but he does. And, like, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's crazy to watch. And I don't feel like I'm actually learning that much. And that's normally how it is with Flash games, man. When you're that good, it's very hard to... Are you okay, Tastosis? You moving all over
It's
the
my
place?
cat. This is the cat's jumping up and down the cat tree. I'm watching this cam quake around and stuff like this. I think he's done moving. Sorry, go ahead.
It's all right. It's all right. But yeah, anyways, it's just Flash is dominating so far. His play is so strong. He's taking every single situation, and he knows exactly what to do and how to counter it.
Yeah, I mean he's looking perfect. And I can't imagine the level of frustration here for Light. I mean, Light, it's not like he's playing bad. I think when you and I think almost anybody in the world look at this, we don't go, oh, why is Light doing this? Or he needs to switch to this. Or, it's not clear what he could even do against this. And a lot of times I don't like casting like this because I think it's very... it's not like informed and it sounds like it's all hype, but I think it's true right now. I mean, Flash is literally playing perfectly. I have no idea what Light could try to adjust or try to change in his game view or what style of play he'd have to bring out here to make this work. Like, it really does seem like Flash is basically unstoppable.
It's like he's a completely different race than the other Terran players. I actually, I had a funny interaction with Light in person once. It was at like one of your LAN party events that I was casting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I actually went up and talked to Light for a minute, and I asked him, I'm like, It was something about how he compares himself to Flash, and he literally was laughing and like shaking his hands. He's like, no, he's God. Like, that's the way that at least Terran players look at him, right? Where it's like he is so many levels above that the second best Terran in the world laughs when you ask like if he compares at all. Like, are you even close to Flash? It's like, no, it's not even. And we're seeing that in these games.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say other than like everything that Light has tried to do has basically failed or not worked? You know, it's almost akin to watching someone play like against a supercomputer or like, you know, a chess engine that just has all the best moves already laid out. You know, StarCraft is this game that is so shrouded in mystery and possibility because it's a game of incomplete information. It's a game about mechanical dexterity and control. You know, it's not a raw strategy game, which is, I think, what makes it interesting. It is a video game. It is a game where you have to like input things quickly and be fast and be precise.
Yeah.
And that's why you get so many interesting games and unique scenarios and crazy matchups. And then you add in all the different maps we have, and you know, what a masterpiece of a game. But there's these moments, and we're having one of them here tonight, where Flash plays so perfectly that he does make it look like it's solved. He does make it look like there's an answer. And, you know, I would love to see someone who can go toe-to-toe with Flash in any given night. And, you know, we had it once with Jaedong this season. We had it another night with Snow. But right now, we are not having it here with Light. Flash is on a completely other level.
Yeah, he really is. I'm hoping Light can do something here. Polestar's a really normal map. I could see Light, you know, playing just a solid, nice macro game here, especially if he gets a good position in the early game.
All right, guys, we're going to go now into game number 4 of the night. Hopefully not the last. Light needs a miracle. Let's see if he can conjure up one here. We are going to Polestar here. Let's go. All right. Flash here in the top right, Light in the bottom left. We're in a cross spawns game here on Polestar. Whenever you start to see a 3-0 in an ASL best of 7, you can expect the plug to not just be at the first game of the series, but also the 4th game, because we always do 2 in a show. And I'm just going to say real short, consider the Patreon, guys. We hope you join our cause. Patreon.com/ASL English. Artosis.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for the support. You know, I can't help but have myself already thinking about a Flash Soma Finals, how exciting that is. But
yeah,
to back up a moment from that and still give Light his due, right? It is doable. I'm hoping that we can see a later game. Like, can we get over 100 supply from these guys? You know, that's something that we haven't really reached, which is. It's kind of rare in Terran versus Terran, because the game normally slows down a little bit once you get siege mode out, and yeah, I'm hoping that we get to see a little bit more here from these guys.
And I want to point something out that is it's very human when you play games, when you play StarCraft, but even in like any kind of competition. I remember the first couple weeks of StarCraft being out when we got internet in my house finally. And I remember I must have been like in 7th grade, but I'd get a game against like a player who was just so good. It's like no matter what I did, I couldn't touch him. You know, they deflected everything, all the ideas that I spent all day in school thinking up, all the strategies I thought would work, all the solutions I thought I had, were shut down. And what is incredible to me is I didn't know that feeling would be something I would get to experience off and on my entire life.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you can get on right now and face somebody and you'll play them like 4 or 5 times in a row. And it's not everybody that can beat you, by the way. I'm not saying the experience of losing. That's very different. I'm talking about when you play somebody and you can't do anything to them.
Yeah.
It feels impossible and it feels hopeless. And I think that's an important feeling to experience. Because a lot of people that don't compete in anything, they don't even know what that is. This is how you get meet people in real life that talk themselves into thinking they're way smarter than they are, or way better than they are. They've never actually been tested. They've never actually had to be exposed to, you know, a system like StarCraft that can make you face reality and humble you. You know, because you have to operate in the parameters of the game. It is built into. It's built in a way where like someone does win, someone does lose. And what's incredible about the series we're having here tonight is we're watching the best Terran in the world against the second best Terran in the world, and the second best Terran in the world is experiencing that.
That's how many levels there are.
Is that?
How can there even be that many levels? Because, I mean, it goes all the way down to the bottom. And the fact that this even occurs at the top is like, what? It just...
Yeah.
It's absurd. This is why it's the best game. It's just the depth is overwhelming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to think that, like, you know, like let's take like Tastosis and I are high rank ladder players, right? Like we're not bad. We can hang, but we're not as good as these guys, right? But then you think, okay, but then like when you get the top 8 Terrans in the world, right? They're all pretty close. It's like, no, number 2 can't touch number 1.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then, by the way, number 2, number 4 and number 5 can't touch number 2.
Yes, that's what I was going to say exactly.
The layers, that's the layers that we're looking at here. And that continues to go all the way down the pyramid of players, all through the entire ladder, all through all the people that have ever played, the people that have started now, the people that stopped playing in 2001. They're all somewhere in that big pyramid. But it is crazy to think that in a round of 4 match, we're watching one guy who can't. And look, we'll see what happens in game 4. I don't want to count him out. That's why we have a best of 7. That's why we haven't ended this already. But we are in a series where we're watching that guy have that same feeling that I'm sure everybody who's played StarCraft or any competition has experienced. It's happening here right now, which is wild.
Yeah. Very good speech, Tasteless. Very accurate as well. A couple notes about this game. So this was cross-spawn CC first from Flash against Factory Expansion. So this is incredibly hard from Light's point of view to play this. This is what I was kind of waiting for to see. And Light is doing exactly what he teaches. Is, okay, this happens, lay some mines. He'll probably get a second add-on, a second gas relatively quickly, start making some tanks. And, like, generally, from the games I've seen from him, he'll go into, like, 3 base pretty quickly in this situation. But Flash is going 3 Factory Vulture, so that could force Light to slow down his expansion a little bit, because Flash is going to try to take over map control really quickly.
Yeah. You can see Marines now from Flash being sent out to basically do a check for mines. I think they will clear the 3rd base mine here as well. He's going to come across the map. This is about 6 vultures and more are being pumped out here. Light carefully puts his tank in the front because you need that to sponge up most of the damage. Positionally, this is going to be hard if Flash is going to make it work. In fact, I think he probably can't make it work, but he is rallying more vultures, so he may go for it anyways.
Ooh, Light actually went into a 4th factory. Okay, so Light is definitely going to battle some for map control. We'll see if a second tank pops out or not. Because if he does not make a second tank, that means that he wants complete map control. If he goes second tank, that means that he's just going to stabilize and take a 3rd base, most likely. So we should see that in just a second. Flash here. Ooh, the mine shows Light the command center. That's incredibly valuable. Because sometimes you're not sure if they're expanding, and you're like, oh, do I keep making units, or, you know, do I want to expand? Here, you can look at it and make, like, a very informed choice. No!
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 Guys, I was literally about to say this game is going better than every other game we've seen so far for Light. Losing the tank, I mean, this is like in TVT right now, this is like losing your hero in Warcraft 3. Like, this is the game. It's like, no, you cannot anything but that unit. Light is going to come out and fight. Now, he does have enough vultures. He is going to be able to snowball this fight. Flash is going to have to retreat. He might have to cancel the command center.
Yeah, if Light rallies 4 Vultures at a time, he should be able to get a cancel here. And Flash adding a couple additional factories. So this actually is going well for Light right at this moment. Like, he's dealt with this really well. It's a good thing that that tank got hit by the mine, because if it didn't, I think Flash holds on to that command center. It's insane what losing a tank can do to you at certain points. So that command center gets canceled. I believe he already started a new one in the main base. So, you know, his expansion is not going to be nearly as fast as he wanted, but it's still going to come up at a reasonable time.
So he starts that, yeah, the CC already reset over there. Going to be a lot of mines on the map here for Light. Interesting to see Flash, you know, on his back foot, not playing the smoothest, cleanest game, but instead having to basically work to get things done on the map here. He will come back out and he will clear the mines that are over there. Right now, map control really is going to Light here. Flash is going to fight back. I think Light has more. No, actually, maybe... No, yeah, I think Light has a little bit more in Vultures. Well,
I think Flash might have slightly more right there.
Well...
But
not only that, he's got a better angle now. When these Vultures come in, this is going to snowball. I could not have been more wrong about who had more here. And the mines are going to be laid, and I think Light is macroing, so he's just going to lose the tank. And Flash is going to probably be able to snowball this fight. Remember that Vultures can moving shot. It's kind of like watching Mutalisks chase Mutalisks. They can, you know, basically continue to gun down everything as they're running away. And an eye for an eye game here, Artosis. It looks like we're going to see this command center shut down.
Yeah, good moves here from Flash, but Light still has a good amount of mines on the map, by the way, so he's not too nervous about this. He knows only Vultures are coming across the map. If he didn't have those mines in the travel paths, then he could be a little bit nervous and have to push too quickly, but he can kind of just recover this on his own time and be okay still. By the way, you will see that Flash is well up in supply and has an excellent gas bank. This is really interesting. You see how Flash has 1,300 gas? This is something that Ultra was telling me about. He's one of the best non-Korean Terrans, the best Chilean Terran. If you play Vulture versus Vulture, you actually need to gain like 1,000 gas in the bank to switch to 3 factory tank and have it be really steady. So we see Flash doing that exactly here. And he has more Vultures as well. So like, Light is kind of on the back foot in every way, but not by a huge margin. You know, like everything is in Flash's favor, but this is still playable for Light. It's not like he's about to die. He's got enough units and enough supply that I think that the game can get into just a regular macro game here where he's just a little bit behind.
Is there a reason why Flash's depot placement's so sporadic? Is it just because he's trying to be fast, or is there any like reason why you wouldn't want to have it bunched together?
Yeah, Terran doesn't have Reavers, so you wouldn't do that purposefully. He's just throwing crap down. Like, he's just moving as quick as he can right now. Yeah. I mean, I like him in nice tight lines, but he doesn't care.
Yeah, he does not care about the feng shui of his base.
Yeah. Flash now sieging up in the center, and yeah, you can see him laying some heavy mines on the side, on the bottom. A lot of movement on both sides here.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to come up here. And, you know, he's got the map diagonally split in half. Not the most rock-solid position here. It is Light taking a 4th base first here. And Light is going to be scanning and basically trying to clean up the mines here of Flash. You know, it's hard when you're in the middle in cross spawns because there's 2 ways to go around. So whenever you set up a position that you're going to control, you got to be really careful that you're making sure nothing's running around. And so Flash is darting in and out here with his own Vultures to confirm. He does end up dropping 1 Vulture over here, beautifully done, just to take out the SCV. And he's probably going to keep going. He's going to go into the main and just try to kill as many SCVs as he can.
And the Wraiths should be able to kill off that dropship. And the Vulture drop not going to do that much. So good defense there from Light. But that was annoying, especially the Vulture on that 4th command center. You know, everything Light's doing is getting just slightly slowed by Flash here. But you know what? He's carved his way up through that northern part, and he's allowing himself 4 bases relatively quickly. And that's really an important thing. As long as you keep a lane open to another main base side of the map, you're still okay in TBT.
Okay, we got a fight over here in the upper left quadrant. A lot more tanks over here for Flash. He is able to gun down the tanks of Light, and then watch how good he is at targeting with these mines. He just never lets the mines actually pop up and kill anything.
Yeah, that engagement went a little bit better for him. And another Vulture drop here. Whoa, I absolutely did not see that coming. But Flash actually going to get a little bit of damage here. Light is going to clean it relatively quickly. But Flash also with that gets the scout of the second starport blinking with no add-on. So he knows that Light is doing a little bit of a Wraith transition right now.
Yeah, we've got the Valkyrie tech coming up here, and Flash is really just punishing the fact that not everywhere is neatly covered. He's going to go from low ground to high ground. Perfect targeting, splitting the tanks to hit both tanks over there. And now it's just one exposed tank, and Flash is not missing a beat. He's going to come right back over here and hit again. Vulture's dropping elsewhere here on the map. Light is now filling up the bottom area with enough tanks that I don't know that Flash can gain that much ground, but I'd be curious how many SCVs have actually been killed here.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but the fact that he was dropping the Vulture in one spot, then picking up and dropping another while pushing through there and macroing, it looks like he's playing StarCraft 2 and Light's playing StarCraft 1. Like, the amount of multitasking that he's getting done. This is so difficult in StarCraft 1 to do this because it takes a ton of attention in APM just to macro up. And look at this, like Flash actually up at 2-1 right now against just the +1 from Light. God, he's playing such a good game.
He really is, man. He's so clean. Flash considerably ahead in supply, by the way. 180 to 150. Bases are fairly even. I think this is a smart move from Light. I think this is a fight he certainly can take. He has to split his tank shots, and he does. I really want to emphasize that because I think sometimes people, you know, especially on lower levels, when they do this, they just siege up and like cross their fingers. But these guys are grabbing groups of tanks and targeting the other tanks to make sure that the right stuff is killed off always.
So important. It can change the flow of a battle like instantly to make sure that you're not overkilling and you're just spreading because you're killing their units more efficiently and they have less firepower back. Very, very important to target your tanks. And look at this.
Okay, he's continuing
Wraiths up here, Tasteless, killing off some of these additional siege tanks while he holds the center. Oh my god, and with those Valkyries in there, the Wraiths of Light can't really do anything. Light wants... See that? He's got all these cloaked Wraiths, but they don't do anything because there's Valkyries.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. He's going to come in again. There should be one scan that could clean this up immediately. He does scan... You know, Valkyries... We already talked about how much Wraiths die in the previous best of 4, but I mean... Valkyries also in high numbers just obliterate air units, especially Wraiths. So there's almost no contest. When you have like 3 Valkyries, you're going to murder, and that's going to be at Light taps out. A big fist pump there from Flash. Light looks strong, but I think that he's going to buckle the belt up. Always buckle your belt up, zip your pants up. This is an unflattering shot, but still the best player in the world.
That's so funny.
You know, I think Light, he tried to make a real shift on the map here, and he came out at just the wrong time because Flash was ready, and he took out the tanks, and Light had to tap out. Flash, unbelievable, man. I mean, maybe the best TVT play I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't see anything really that Light could have done better. You know, sometimes Flash's games, I almost leave with it more of a mystery than it was before on what the opponent was supposed to do. I think you and I have had decent analysis in some of the other games and other matchups, you know, but man, I mean, he just plays perfectly.
It is insane how strong he really is. But don't forget, he did get like the build order win at the beginning. He went cross spawn command center first, so that's like really, 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 really strong in this matchup. And that's what I was saying. I really wanted to see someone defeat a build like this. Unfortunately, didn't really get to see that tonight. But yeah, Flash is, he's all encompassing, man. He does so much. He's like, he's just so aware of what he needs to do at what time, his unit movement, his macros, micro. He's everywhere. There's like drops going off, Vulture harassment. He's moving forward. He's building turrets. He has the counter to your counter already. He's just so next level. I can't
we're
wait
gonna watch
for this.
So
yeah.
This is the part. So watch, he pushes out here. This looks terrible on screen for Flash. There's like 4 tanks to God knows how many. But here come the Wraiths. And then come the Valkyries. And already we see that Light is committed. That was a big shot he ate with those tanks. But when you siege up, you're not going to get out. You can see the Light's Wraiths ran away. And then he went, oh, God, I got to fight or I'm going to lose everything. Hoped to damage down the Wraiths enough to where maybe he could have killed them all before the next Wraith would have come. But a really sharp scan from Flash kills that off. All the Wraiths are going to fall. And he was just behind enough it didn't matter.
Crazy series from Flash. Absolutely dominant. Quick interview here with the winner.
ASL Season 21 이번 시즌의
The last finalist of ASL Season 21 emerges upon his magnificent return after 6 years. Let's talk to Flash as he moves on to the grand final.
감사합니다.
Congratulations. Thank you.
4강 경기 그야말로 4대 0으로 무결점의
You were
경기력을 보여주고
unmatched in
결승에
this round of 4 showing today
이번
with a
시즌
4-0
최고의
score
테란이다라고
as you move on to the grand final.
평가하기만은 살짝 부족하게
Saying you are
느껴질
this
정도로
season's
정말
best Terran does not sound right. You're just the best Terran.
일단 소감을 좀 여쭤보겠습니다. 어떠세요 지금?
Let me first ask you how you're feeling. What mood are you in?
생각했는데 생각보다 쉽게 이겨가지고
I thought
너무 기쁜 것
it
같고
wouldn't be easy, but I'm surprised with how easily I won. I'm so happy.
가면서 지금 옛날 경기력 찾는
Step
것
by
같아요.
step,
오늘 경기력
I'm finding my skill from the past.
비교하면 90% 이상 올라온
I think
것
I'm at
같은데
90% of my former power.
올라와서 짭제
I'll go up to 100% for the grand final and beat fake Jaedong. I mean Soma.
선수의 4강전이 결정됐을 때 이영호 선수가 그런 말씀을
This is what you said when Light was decided as your round of 4 opponent.
속도에서 좀 밀어붙여야
Because
할
Light
것
is like a
같다라고
machine,
말씀을
I'll have to
하셨었는데
beat him with
정말 오늘
speed.
그렇게 말씀하셨던 것처럼
And just like that,
네
in
세트
all the 4
모두
sets
정말
today, it seemed
속도에서
like you were just going
압도하는 모습을 좀
faster
보여주셨던
than
것
him.
같아요. 준비하신 대로 경기가 모두 잘 풀렸던 건가요?
Did the games go the way you had practiced them?
그냥 뭔가 딱딱딱 다 들어맞은 것 같아요. 딱
Yeah,
준비한 대로
everything went
돼가지고
according to plan, smooth as it gets,
중점을
just as I prepared.
최적화에 두고
I put a lot of
최적화 제가 더
emphasis
잘한다는 생각이
on optimizing,
그리고
thinking that I'm
초반에
better at
좀 몰아치면
optimizing than Light.
거기서 좀 차이를 벌리고
So
그런 운영감이
even if I got off to a bad start, it would allow me to catch up later in the macro stages.
공격적으로 해보고 안 되면 수비하고 뭐 이런
Still, I
식으로
prepared
준비했는데
50-50. I prepared half for being aggressive, half for being defensive.
제가 손이 너무 잘 움직여가지고 사실
Today, my hands just simply moved really well. To be honest, it did not feel like I could lose as I played that match. I'm glad things went just as well.
선수의 마음가짐이 좀 경기에서 잘 드러났던 것 같습니다.
With you going on the aggression right from the first set,
자리를 잡고 있었는데
your resolve
뚫고
became
들어가는
ever so
모습들이
clear. So much
있었는데
so, there were
충분히
times,
할수 있을
or there was a
거라고
time you
판단을
pierced
하신
through
건가요?
Light's
아니면
tanks even
한번
when they were
해보자라는
sieged.
느낌이셨나요?
Were you sure you could break him, or did you just throw caution to the wind and just wanted to see what happens?
상황을 좀 만들었어요 오늘. 그래서
I was already in a good spot. That was the concept today. Even if I get stopped, let's just keep trying to put myself in good spots. Normally I attack when I'm convinced I can break through. I thought I can do it and the attack went in. I genuinely wonder what's going through Soma's head as he knows he now needs to go up against this Flash, full of conviction and on the up and up. What is on your mind when it comes to playing Soma in the grand final? This season I played Bisu and Jaedong in the round of 16, then Snow in the round of 8, then Light in the round of 4. My opponents were not easy. If I can beat Soma as well, it looks to me like the perfect storyline for this comeback after 6 years. This is good. I'm actually happy this is what the bracket ended up looking like. I knew it wouldn't be easy. I was a little apprehensive about my own skills. I think despite those 6 years, I still have my proof. I'll go and win the championship. I'm sure many fans will be looking forward to the opportunity of witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence if you manage to score your 5th title. You yourself have said that you are back to 90% of your original form. This means that we can't help but look forward to this grand final. Please address the fans cheering for you with all their hearts and your colleagues as well. First, I'd like to once again thank my friends from C9 for coming down here again. And C is always cheering for me, you know, big thanks to C. And for helping me practice Rush, Barracks, and Mong. Thank you. And I'm always thankful to Tara, who is watching this at home and cheering for me. I'll win the championship and give you another shout out on the grand final stage. And lastly, to my fans, it wasn't easy, but somehow I made my way into the finals. I wanted to give you proof of my skill, but it isn't back there yet. You guys were the reason I was able to keep going as I keep improving. Now Soma is last season's champion. I will knock him off the king's throne. The crown belongs to me.
말 한마디에서 확실한 무게감이 느껴지는 이영호 선수인데요.
You can feel the seriousness in Flash's words.
내 왕관을 다시 가져올 수
We will have to wait and see if you reclaim your crown as you called it. Congratulations on advancing to the finals.
자, 이렇게 이번 시즌의 마지막 결승 진출자 이영호 선수와
We just heard from this season's last finalist in Flash. Let's recap today's match.
What a day, what a day. So short. I mean, maybe the shortest TVT best of 7 ever, Tastosis?
This is actually our second shortest day this season, with only the Zerg vs. Zerg best of 5 that was completely one-sided being faster. What?
Oh my god.
A best of 7 TVT longest matchup between the two best players from the race? I don't know how that occurred, but it did. An unbelievably quick day.
I mean, it's crazy. You know, when I cast, I always expect some days to be shorter than others and some days to be really long. And I was ready to go for, like, I don't know, 4 hours, 4+ hours.
Yeah, me too.
Splash.
Dude, I went to bed early and everything. I'm like, this could be long. This could be really long. Nope.
Yeah. Nope, not even a little bit. 2 hours. Less than 2 hours, actually. What am I saying?
Yeah.
My God, it's been so quick.
It has.
I mean, just crazy, dude. Well, I mean, Flash certainly deserving to go on here. Soma versus Flash, guys. This finals is gonna be just insane. And by the way, I don't think this can be a 4-0. It can't be a 4-0.
Impossible. They're both
impossible.
Soma is so good. He is really the new generation of pros and the best of the new young players. And he's so strong and he's so smart too. He's the strategic leader of Zerg. He's the best at basically everything for Zerg. Kind of similar to Flash. Obviously not to the level Flash is, but he's so modern and so strong, and Zerg is really good against Terran right now. So we'll see what Flash comes up with. Don't forget, he lost to Jaedong, and Soma is better than Jaedong right now.
That's right. And, you know, I think Soma's got a lot of very different ideas. Flash, you know, he is hungry to come here and prove himself and win this ASL. If he is knocked off that pedestal and goes down in second place, I mean, I think he's going to be coming back. I think he's got to come back. By the way, here's the information for the offline finals, so you can go there and see ASL live. We'll make sure that the links to ticket sales are on the YouTube description. And you're going to want to come to this. It's a little bit outside the city, but it's so worth it, man.
Yep. A finals is even more hype than a regular studio day. Definitely worth your time and effort to get there. Of course, it's not for, like 11 days from now or something, so it is going to be a little bit before the finals cast, but we'll get that out to you as quickly as possible. I'm really pumped for it. I can't wait to see what these two evolve into, because like we saw Soma just completely solve Wraith meta, but that didn't give Flash a lot to work with, honestly. Like, Flash isn't really a Wraith guy anyways, so it's not like he can just look at that and be like, okay, I know how you play now. No, they're both kind of starting from scratch here.
It's a great point, Artosis. Yeah, I mean, Soma didn't have to reveal any of his tricks or techniques, so Flash is not going to have a lot of data to work with. Guys, be sure to sign up for the Patreon if you haven't already. Patreon.com/ASL English. We would love it if you did. We love to earn your support. Artosis, any closing thoughts?
It's going to be a great finals. Every time we see a round of 4 that is really one-sided, the finals is great, and vice versa. If it's a really close round of 4, the finals always sucks. I don't know why this is the case, but it is. So that finals is going to be awesome, and we'll see you guys there.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.